because you like it in one color, you're gonna get it in another color. You and which bank account? If you've clicked on this video, chances are you want to learn how to level up financially in your 20s and take control of your financial life. Well, you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to be sharing tips I've learned and also things I've read on that can help us level up our finances in our 20s. I know it's a time when we are supposed to be partying hard, taking trips, but we also have to be financially literate and make good decisions. If you're new here, hi, my name is Molola Akinleye. You're welcome to my own space on the internet. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video and turn on the notification bell. We talk about fashion, lifestyle, travel, and everything in between right here on this channel. If you're a returning subscriber, lots of kisses to you. I've missed you guys. It's been a long time I've sat down and spoken with you guys. And without further ado, let's jump right into the videos. For context, right, I turned 27 in February and it's been a ride. You know, my 20s has been a time of being broke. Yeah, I've been broke in the past before, and you know, making certain financial decisions that when I think about them today, I'm just like, oh my God, what made me do that? But now I'm in a much better place with my finances. I'm able to understand a lot of things and still live a soft life and be a baby girl. The first thing you want to do if you want to level up financially in your 20s is to have a positive money mindset. Having a positive money mindset means believing that you can be successful with your money and also viewing it as a tool to achieve your goals and your ambitions that you want to get in life. Okay, so we're not thinking about how you probably have a lot of debt, or maybe you do not have enough money to get the things you want. You have the power to get to a point where if you want to get something, you do not have to think a million times, although you probably will. But you can't just say, okay, I can afford to actually get this for myself. It might seem a little bit far-reaching, but the first thing you actually need to conquer is your mind. You don't want to look at money or look at your finances from a place of lack or a place of I don't have what I want, or a budget is a way to restrict the way I spend, or I don't know how to make good financial goals. Do you get? You have to look at it from an abundance mindset, from the mindset of, okay, I have this certain amount and I can make it work for me. I have this amount and I can use it to live a debt-free life, a life that is what I want and how I want it to be. Capish? With a positive mindset towards your finances and towards money, you're able to view money as a tool that you can utilize properly to achieve your goals. Like I said, also use it to make money. There's a term I read about online a lot, which is you have to learn how to make money, you have to learn how to multiply money, and then you must also learn how to manage money. A lot of times we're taught how to make money and we're also taught how to multiply money, but we're not really taught how to manage money, especially if you're a black babe or guy. You get what I mean? Yeah. So we have to have that positive money mindset. And one of the things I do to help me with that, I listen to the Money Love podcast by Paige Pritchard. She has a wealth of knowledge about overcoming overspending, which is one of the major habits I am trying to get rid of this 2024. We are working on our spending habits. I love listening to the Money Love podcast. I also follow her across social media platforms, and every week she brings out a new podcast talking about like how to maybe organize your finances. She had one with the Organized podcast and I loved it so much because I got a lot of lessons from there. So that's one way to build a positive mindset towards money. So now I know that creating a budget is very important, not because I'm trying to restrict what I'm trying to spend, but just to make sure that I am able to control where my money goes and what I use it to buy. Okay? And that's on period. Okay, we've got mindset unlocked. The next thing to actually do is to increase your income. I am of the school of thought that there's a certain cap you can reach when you have like a certain income. When you're able to increase your income, you're able to increase where your money can go to, how much more you can save, how much more you can spend on yourself, because you have to be a baby girl always. Yeah, this second tip really begs the question, what can I do to increase my income? With the advancement of the internet, girl, there is nothing stopping you. You've got freelancing, you've got so many things you can do online, you've got digital marketing. Even in digital marketing, we tried it, by the way, there are so many things you can do. You can offer social media management services to companies or businesses around you. You can work as an email marketer, as a copywriter. I know a couple of freelancing platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, which a couple of people use. I haven't used them personally, but I've heard really great reviews of them online. Another thing you can also do is upskill. Girl, guy, upskilling is gonna save you a lot. In a world where almost everyone has the internet, right? And then there's access to a lot of things. What are you doing to stand out? If you're in a field where you can specialize in a particular aspect, so let me put this in a way that's very important. If you think about neurosurgeons, you think Ben Carson. When your field is mentioned, you become top of mind in that field, in whatever area you find yourself in. It's great to be a generalist, not gonna lie. I like being a generalist. I've also found out that being a specialist is where the money bucks are. You can't just say, for instance, you're helping people to lose weight. Who is your target market? Are you targeting new moms who want to get their pre-pregnancy body back? Are you targeting people who are very busy and do not have time to make a lot of lunches, so they have to like meal prep? You know, the way you speak to a new mom is different from the way you talk to someone that has a very busy, hectic life. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, so specialize, upskill, and start earning bigger bucks. The next tip, which is one part, I think I have it a little bit on lock now, is savings. It is very, 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 very important to save. You can't say you're learning to be financially free or financially literate and you do not have savings. Girl, what you mean? You're even supposed to have like several types of savings. So you like have like your emergency fund, which is where you have your day-to-day expenses sort of saved. For instance, God forbid, if you lose your job or you become out of commission, or maybe there's an accident, God forbid, or something. Do you have 6 months of your daily expenses saved in a bank account? Ask yourself that question. Generally, savings is like very good. It's easy to set it up in such a way that you do not have to think about it. So what I personally do, and this is not financial advice, I'm just share my experience. What I do is to automate my savings. Back in Nigeria, there's this app called Piggyvest, and Piggyvest is very good with automating your savings. So when I was in uni in 2017, I automated 1,000 naira weekly out of my allowance. I think I was getting like 5,000 naira or 3,000 naira allowance that time. Every Monday at 9 a.m. it gets debited from my account. So I don't have to do the manual work of sending it to a different account. It just saves it automatically for me. Now that I'm in the UK, I'm making use of another method, and that is Lockbox. And guys, my final payment is going through in May. I'm so excited. It's been a year. Okay. I'm getting sidetracked. Major thing I'm saying is automating your savings is very good. And with Lockbox also helps with like your credit score and all of that. So I automated like £100 every single month. This is not financial advice, I've said earlier, just what has worked for me, and it really helps me. So what I do is every month on the 2nd, I get debited of £100 to my Lockbox account and I track it. The other thing I do with my savings is to save money in a high interest savings account. I don't make use of like traditional banks to really save, and that's because they don't really have great interest rate. But there's this feature I saw on Lloyd. You can save about £10 to £250. I'm not sure. I will check and put a screenshot. And then you get like a 5.something% interest rate per year. That's like a very good rate. But what I use right now is the Monzo pot, which has an AER of 4.1 to 4.6% per year. And it's been really good. So like my money works for me. There's some months that I don't do anything and I get like a £20 interest on my savings. Instead of just saving it to the traditional bank account, I make sure to save my money in a high interest savings account. Also helps me with my travels because that's where I keep all my travel funds. So while I'm saving for my travel, I'm also making sure that I'm earning interest on it, so I have my money to spend. The fourth tip I'm gonna give you is one that I'm also consciously learning to implement, and that is living below your means. Sis, you cannot afford that Chanel bag right now. Let us be honest. Why do you want to buy a Chanel bag when you have less than £2,000 in your account? Don't play with me. I'm not judging, but be sure you can afford that thing before you buy it, okay? There's a tip that I like to use, and that's if you cannot afford something 3 times over, then you can't afford it, period. There's some items that are completely essential. You don't have a choice except to get maybe like medical care, or if you're moving into a new home and you need to buy like furniture, those ones are excusable. But a bag or a dress or an outfit, it's not that deep. One mindset I'm really trying to change of myself, thinking that living below my means indicates that I am depriving myself of good things, which is totally untrue. You are not depriving yourself of good things. You're just being mindful of where your hard-earned money goes to. You're being mindful to say, okay, I need this right now. I do not need this right now. So this can hold on until much later. With living below your means, you really have to ask yourself tough questions. Can you really afford that new gadget? Can you really afford all of those subscriptions you have? Yes, content creators, come closer. Let me give you a very practical example. Before now, I had subscriptions on Apple Music, I had YouTube Premium, and I also had Amazon Music. I had 3 platforms where I could listen to music. I had Spotify as well because my husband has a Spotify account. I have 4 accounts that I can listen to music on, and I'm paying for 3 of them. Why? Or because I want to listen to Ashake. Nah fam, we don't do that over here. In December, I cancelled my Apple Music subscription. I cancelled the Amazon Music free subscription that I had. I just continued with my YouTube Premium subscription because I have access to YouTube Music. You don't need too many subscriptions. If you already have Netflix and maybe you have Amazon Prime, you don't need Hulu Plus, you don't need Peacock, you don't need Apple TV. It's not just to watch it. Be very, very careful. Cut down on the things you do not need. When it comes to shopping for outfits, I love clothes, I love shoes, I love looking good, I love looking scrumptious. But one thing I try to do is not buy repeated items that are literally all the same. Let's say I go into a store right now and I see a really nice white shirt. Am I gonna get it? Most likely not. And that's because I have 2 white shirts at the moment. So I have one fitted white shirt and I have an oversized white shirt, meaning that with those 2 shirts I can create so many things. There's sometimes when you want to wear an oversized shirt and sometimes when you need a fitted shirt. I really have maybe like one of each color of shoes I have except for black, and that's because I have 2 black shoes. I have one very high one and one medium high heel. Yeah, that medium high heel one, maybe if I'm going out and I'm not taking an Uber or I'm going to be doing a little bit of walking where I'm going to, I wear that one because it's much more comfortable. The other one, it's a platform heel with a round toe, and I wear that one mostly when I'm going to church or when I'm creating content. If you like shopping and you are a content creator, you want to have a little bit of everything, do one after the other. Don't say because you like it in one color you're gonna get it in another color. You and which bank account? Cancel any subscriptions you do not need and find a way to keep your spending at the barest minimum. Okay? The last tip I'm gonna be sharing is budgeting. Budgeting is not my strongest suit, but this Q2 we are doubling down on that. I've literally created a budget for this month and hopefully I stick with it. A budget is not a way to restrict your money. Switch up that thinking. A budget is a way for you to control where your money and your spending is going. So you do not want your money going into things that you do not like. There's a creator I really like that I watch on YouTube, and she said something about value-based spending. Spend on the things you value and also budget for it. I was having a conversation with my husband recently, and in creating my budget for the month, I'm going to include shopping. Because I love shopping. I love going out to cinema, solo dates, and all of that. So one thing I've done in my budget is to create a part for that. It's not a ridiculously expensive amount, right? But after paying up all my needs and all my expenses, so like any bills I have to pay, any savings I have to do, I have cut that off, right? Taking that out. Whatever is left is what I have to split between my shopping, eating out, and my personal whatever. Creating a place for that from my budget allows me to spend my money how I want, but also controlling how much of it I spend on those things. We've come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned so many new things about how to level up financially in your 20s. Remember that financial freedom is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Start with the little things you can. If the first thing you're gonna start with is automating your savings, that's a step in the right direction. Track your finances so you can manage it properly and then you're able to make it work for you at the right time. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or if there's anything you want to talk to me about or want me to clarify, let me know in the comments. Until I see you next time, I remain Molola Akinleye. Stay blessed and stay great. Bye bye.